Hello people, LazyBeast here, and I have decided my main for Legion. It is the Warlock, as you can guess from the thumbnail and the title. So I'm just going to talk you through the thought process that I went through when picking my main, which will hopefully help you guys that haven't yet picked your main, and maybe you can have a look at my choices, and maybe some of you are thinking of rolling a Warlock, and maybe I'll convince you to do so, but who knows. So the first thing I considered when picking a main is, what do I want to do in Legion? So, as in roles. So do I want to tank? Nope. Do I want to heal? Well, possibly. And do I want a DPS? Yes, all the time. That I am a DPS at heart, and that's what I like to do. So then I focused on what kind of would be the most fun DPS specs to play. What would I want to play for an entire expansion? Because this time I really do want to pick a main and stick with it and just really propel that guy through the expansion and always be, ready with things like in the current contents of raids, sorted with PvP. I want to get that all nailed down. So then I thought, well, what can I have a lot of fun with? So originally the idea was to go with a hunter. Now I was a bit disappointed with the changes. Beast Mastery just seems too easy. I know that's like quite a generic assumption, but it is quite an easy spec. And survival, I was really excited for survival because it will give me an option with the hunter of going melee, then ranged if I wanted to, and I don't know, it was fun to start with, but I can't see myself playing that for a full expansion. I just think it'll get quite stale quite quick, and then marksmanship, it just doesn't click with me anymore. So with that, hunter was out of the window. So I considered a mage. I love fire mages, but again, frost is kind of gone a bit pants as of now. I don't really find it fun anymore, and that's the big thing that you've got to consider when you're picking a main. And so I decided, well, what about the Warlock? I was thinking of a Shaman as well, because obviously, again, you've got the options to go melee or ranged, and both specs are doing really cool. Elemental and Enhancement, they're doing really well at the minute, but Restoration looks good too. But again, I thought, if I'm going to be DPSing for an entire expansion, I'm going to want something that's fun, that gives me options, that I can change from, that's sometimes single target focus, sometimes AoE focus, and all those lovely things. With the Warlock at the minute, I'm pretty much loving every single spec. Like, Demonology is so cool. It gives us an option for some quite unique gameplay there. Really cool theme behind it all. I do love summoning the demons. I'm not even bothered that Metamorphosis is gone from Warlocks at the minute. They just look so cool anyway. Affliction is really strong. Obviously, there was a few days when it was an absolute god in PvP because of the Siphon Life wasn't quite balanced correctly, but that's fine. I didn't even play it then. That did not convince me to main a Warlock. So, and Destruction as well, obviously, as I said, I do like fire mages, but I feel Destruction kinda is a little bit similar. Obviously it's got its own mechanics and things, but it still, gives me the option to go and burn some people to death if I so desire. So then, I really did consider everything with the main. Like, the artifact weapons are going to be a massive thing this expansion, so I considered all those as well. And again, the Demonology Warlock artifact, the little skull that floats around, that's cool, that's different, you know what I mean? And the staves for the staff for destruction is cool. Good old Sargeras' staff and things like, what's the affliction one? The scythe, how could I forget? What's it even called now? I can't even remember its name, but it's just cool. It's a big ass scythe, and we can go and lop some heads off and drain some souls, so it's all good. Ulthalesh the Deadwind Harvester, that's the name of the staff, really cool stuff. So things like considering the toolkit of the Warlocks, it's still got loads of cool stuff now. There has been a bit of a purge, a bit of a neutering of abilities from the game, but obviously Warlocks have still got some of them things. Little things just like Unending Breath is still in the game, you've got your Portal, you've got things like Demonic Teleport, whatever it's called, I forget the name of the thing now. Demonic Circle, that's the one. And then obviously you've got all like your pets abilities as well. You've got your Succubus that can do its Charming effect. You've got your interrupts with your Fell Hunter, if that's the one. You got Cauterized Master with the Imp. You've got all these little things that give you something extra to do, something to think about, and something to enjoy basically. Now, if you're thinking about all the world content that Legion brings and all like the questing and leveling and things like that, self-sufficiency is a big thing that's up my street. If I can't go and take on more than 1 or 2 enemies or whatever at a time, and I'm just constantly dying, I am not going to have any fun whatsoever. I know that dying is fine, it's like you learn from that, but I don't want to be constantly dying and feeling really weak. So obviously the Warlock, you've got your drains. If you go Affliction and spec into drain Siphon Life, obviously you're just going to be keeping yourself up quite well, because obviously you've got all the content in Suramar. This is like PvE endgame stuff, and that's going to be somewhere where we're going to be quite a lot, so I'm going to be able to keep myself up. Very self-sufficient as a Warlock, and it's just great. And overall, basically, I picked the Warlock because it's fun. That's the overall factor that you've got to think of when you're picking a main. Do I have fun in it, and can I continue to have fun in it for the full expansion, and if the answer is yes, then I think you found your main. And just as a side note as well, they look damn cool, do Warlocks. Like tier 5 and 6 are probably one of my best, most favourite transmog sets in the game. So guys, there we go. That is how I came to the decision of picking a Warlock. I'm really happy with it. And guys, I hope that you have managed to pick your main. If not, do not worry about it. Like the Warlock that I chose, when I came to him the other day, like literally 2 or 3 days ago, it was our level 660, didn't have any professions, max or anything like that. All the reps are like at the bottom pretty much, so don't worry about that. Don't let that hold you back if you are thinking of doing a different main than you have before. Just go for it. If you have fun, you know, that's what you want to be doing through the whole expansion, so go for it. Good luck on picking your main, guys. I've been LazarBeast, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.